Alright, fine. I guess I won't complain about Animal Farm. Not because it's not bad, but because I'd rather talk about this. Hello everybody, this is the Scarlet Troll, pronouns he, him, and thanks to a little bit of a time crunch, I'm back to behind the camera for this one. Anyways, today I'm talking about The Devil Wears Prada 2, a movie which not only sees the return of Anne Hathaway, Meryl Streep, Stanley Tucci, and Emily Blunt from the original, but also director David Frankel and writer Aline Brosh McKenna. For some context, I acknowledge that the original Devil Wears Prada is an excellent movie, but between the overly hostile work environment, unsupportive friend group, and the constant insistence by other characters that Anne goddamn Hathaway is somehow mousy and unappealing, it's not a movie that I particularly like. Not a knock at its quality or anything, it's just not for me. But its sequel, explicitly set 20 years after the events of the first Devil Wears Prada, I feel like it's not as solid, but I certainly enjoyed watching it a lot more. And even the points where it feels like some of the edge has been filed off the original feels just as much like an intentional writing choice as the probable result of executive meddling by a major studio that's since been bought out by another major studio, trying to figure out how they can make literally all the money in the world without anyone throwing a fit about it. Part of this mindset is that I think the biggest surprise for me is that I was not expecting this movie to have such a blunt confrontation and critique on the consolidation and general enshittification of modern corporate culture. You've seen it. Everything's being acquired, repackaged, rebranded, and then sold off for parts. And 99% of the time, it leaves everyone except the top brass worse off for it. And I don't actually think I've seen a major studio movie actually shine a spotlight on this wretched phenomenon like Devil Wears Prada 2 does. Admittedly, the answer the movie ultimately comes up with feels a little saccharine and wish-fulfillment-y, but come on. You're not expecting The Devil Wears Prada 2 to cure all of society's ills. Also important, the cast is killing it. There are some fun new additions like Lucy Liu, Kenneth Branagh, and Simone Ashley, but the main focus is on Hathaway, Streep, Tucci, and Blunt, all of whom effortlessly step back into their roles like they never left. Streep's return as Miranda Priestley is particularly interesting. Miranda's still serving as the editor-in-chief of Runway, and the movie makes a point that years of HR complaints and cultural shifts have forced her to tone down her aggressively passive-aggressive behavior and insults, but you can still feel the ruthless barbs bubbling up from beneath, even aside from the moments where they still slip out. Tucci's Nigel Kipling is the same unflinching and unfailing snarky supporter he's always been, and he can do no wrong. Everyone needs a Nigel in their life. And Hathaway's Andy Sachs perfectly captures the essence of finally feeling like you've hit your stride only for life to pull the rug out from under you and send you tumbling back to where you were with only some extra life experience to your name. That same moderate mellowing out that's been forced on Miranda Priestley honestly permeates the whole movie and helps it feel a little more approachable, I guess. What came off in the first one as relentlessly vicious jabs now feels a little more like lighthearted, if still occasionally out of pocket, banter between colleagues, coming from a place of affection more than perceived superiority. And that one little shift, for me at least, makes so much of a difference in being able to actually enjoy these. Anyways, you're not all here to watch me fumble through trying to describe the fashion fits in this movie, so I'll just say that The Devil Wears Prada 2 lands in the a very good movie tier for me, and it's one that I definitely recommend. Thank you so much for watching. Make sure to like, subscribe, and share if you're into that sort of thing. Let me know what you thought in the comments if you saw it, and may the bridges you burn light your way.